And here we are at the bog. What time it's been. It has been a long time since this game came back. If I recall correctly, it's been what, a year? Almost two now. No, it's been pretty much 2 years since the game has had an actual update. Which I don't think you can call this an update, because didn't he just re-release it after fixing stuff? I've looked around quite a bit. I couldn't find really anything new. I searched every map and there wasn't anything of notice that I found different. So maybe he just fixed a lot of bugs or something, or he's just working on PvP. But besides that, doesn't look to be anything new. But yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since this game came out. Like, gosh, how long has this been? It's just crazy to think like a game like this came back, and it's been so long since we had another Dragon Ball game to play, because we've had Dragon Soul, which is like the only one, and then Dragon Blocks, but that's like, come on, that's not really a Dragon Ball game, that's like a clicker game. And then there's Final Stand's always been there though, and that's pretty much it. There's not really much Dragon Ball games to go off right now. They all kind of, suck. So it's nice to see this back, and I hope it actually does stuff and makes changes. Now that being said, I can't exactly say what those changes should or might be, but just anything that's not like this, because the problem with this game right now, I find, is that I don't know, it just feels off. Like when you play it, it doesn't feel right. It's hard to explain. It's just like after you've played a lot of Dragon Ball games, it just doesn't seem up to par, especially compared to things like Dragon Soul and even Final Stand. There's too much UI. I think it gets, in your face in the way. And you're too, zooming in. It's like, oh man, I don't know, dude. That's just a personal pick though. Besides that, definitely more stuff that he's probably going to add. But knowing Sony, it's going to be a while before we get an actual, update, because if you know him, he takes quite a bit, because last time, it was down for like a year and a half pretty much, and now this is what we have, and it's the same. There's nothing different about it. So there's that. And just re-repeating the words, but it's because there's nothing to say. It's the bog. If you don't know, you start off in Earth, and then you get at a certain level, power level, whatever, and then you do quests, and then those quests level you up. You get forms, and then master those forms. They get stronger. You get new forms, and you master forms by beating up NPCs. So the weaker people you beat up, the more mastery you get, whatever, right? And then boom. And as we say here, I'm getting beat up right now. Yeah, I just got destroyed. Yeah, but it's just there's a lot of maps in this game, and I think that's great. It does look really good. It has good graphics. It's like Dragon Ball Final Remastered, where it looks good and it plays well. But it's also like Final Remastered, where all the time and stuff really went to the building, which is fine, but it leaves a lot to be desired, right? And it looks like he's working on PvP, so that would be cool. I've never been in a PvP, but I'm sure I'll try it out when it is fully fixed and fleshed out, because the combat system in this game is not that bad. It's pretty good, pretty decent, and it's just it's hard to judge PvP, because I'm really biased. I played a lot of Final Stand, so I think that game's combat is pretty much peak, because it's so versatile. And when you play something like this, it feels like, in a way, it feels like Xenoverse. Like if Xenoverse was free roam, this is what it feels like, which is good, because that's a good game. But wow, man, I guess I just hope he does a more in-depth combat, because right now it doesn't feel right. If I do recall correctly, NPCs have infinite stamina and infinite ki. I might be confusing it with Dragon Balls in the multiverse, but that's what I recall pretty well. So if he does fix that, that'd be really cool, because I remember that being a pain, where it was just like, oh, okay, well, you can just spam beams on enemies, or you can just just use two moves back to back that loop, and it just makes fights against NPCs really boring, because it's like, well, okay, cool, I used a move, now I use another one, and that's it. It's not like you're not trading blows, you're not going back and forth, which, to be fair, none of the Dragon Ball games have besides Dragon Soul. So already being able to compete with Dragon Soul is something really spectacular. But you know, it's still something. It's still something that you could work on potentially. Anyways, besides all that, I'm sure there's going to be events. Like, there's definitely, obviously not Easter event, we just pretty much missed it. But there's probably going to be upcoming events, right? So that's going to be cool. And it's just going to be interesting to see where this game goes, because it's sorely needed right now. You know, as I've said, there's not much to play besides Dragon Soul in terms of Dragon Ball games. So this is nice. Hopefully he does like a mechanic where you can keep grinding past the current level cap through like an event raid or whatever, you know. It's like it'll be really hard to fight the boss, but if you do, well then congratulations, level increase or whatever, or just some minute thing to make you stronger. Because when you hit the end game, there's not much to do besides do alts. Not everyone likes doing alts. Some people like sticking to one character, you know. And I feel like there would really be more players to it, because well then you have more things to do after like the max level. Like, it incentivizes to use the slot, because I remember when playing, I hit max level on the sand, and the only thing I did was grind for a legendary form. And then once I got that, after like 30 days, so my RNG was garbage, but once I got it, well, there wasn't anything to do, so it kind of sucked. So yeah, those are just my thoughts, you know. It's nice to see this game back, and hopefully, well, something good comes of it, because it'll be cool, and hopefully Sony updates the game. So yeah, let me know. Yeah, not even really. Let's just hope he updates this, because this could be really good. Alright, see y'all later, and have fun with this game.